Welcome in to the Fun Astrology Podcast. Thomas Miller on Hump Day, Wednesday, May 17th. Thanks so much for joining us. We're marching right on through these aspects that are definitely significant in the chart. I am recording these ahead because I have to get a jump on my Florida trip. So this week and next week are mostly going to be pre-recorded, at least not being able to comment so much on things that might happen during the day, and we are walking across some glass here as far as the chart is concerned. If something does happen, what I probably will do is an additional episode on such day. I'll have stuff that I can record with, obviously, and we'll just do that and let these stand that I'm doing ahead of time because there is plenty of astrology to talk about. Today, we have two things in the sky. 8:27 this morning, the moon enters Taurus. So Jupiter freshly there, now Luna conjoins, and that's just amplified Taurian energy. Rub the nose of the bull. Then the other big thing is tonight at 9:10 p.m. when Jupiter squares Pluto. Now remember, when anything happens at the cusp of a house, for now until it will seem like the rest of our lives, Pluto is there. It's just automatic. It's going to be at 0 degrees Aquarius for a while. It's going to dance back to 27 Capricorn for a while. It's just know that Pluto is looming on that spot. Whenever there's a sign change, it will involve Pluto in some kind of aspect. How long? All the way through 2024. That's why I say it's like keep it on your radar, just imprint it, and then a couple of years from now we'll have to reprogram ourselves that, Pluto has moved on. And yes, that is amplified strength for sure. Now, not only does Jupiter square Pluto exactly, and that's at 0 degrees 18 minutes. If you listened to this past Saturday's financial podcast, you heard Ray Merriman talk about this as being a T-square because Mars is certainly within just 2 degrees basically of Pluto in an opposition. This is the big one that everybody's talking about. Mars in Cancer, in its fall, approaching 29 degrees, across from Pluto, square to Jupiter, the north node of the moon, now the moon, and Mercury. Now, here's where the whole cocktail comes together, all right? So following from the moon, which is transiting across all of this, the moon is within 45 degrees. That makes it a balsamic moon. The new moon is Friday at 11:53 a.m. in Taurus at 28 degrees 25 minutes. So from today to Friday, the moon closes in on the sun, crosses over Jupiter, the north node, and Mercury all today. So by tomorrow morning, the moon will be pulling away from those three. It crosses over Uranus tomorrow night, before finally catching up with the sun on Friday for the new moon. Now, this little pattern sets up, obviously, every year when the sun conjuncts Jupiter and then pulls away from it and the moon gets in between them. It's a little subtlety that the ancient astrologers thought caused mostly Jupiter trip-related issues. So this is why people are saying, if you're traveling right now, be careful. Now, that's pulling one of those old, shadowy, Hellenistic techniques out, but I wanted to at least mention it because it is very strong, especially with Mercury so close to the North Node. Of course, Mercury ruling transportation, so that just amplifies this more than it might be some other time. Now, related to this, I had a great listener question.
I was wondering if you can see anything coming up that would be a great time to start something new. Like you guys started your new course on a specific time. And I am actually about to launch a YouTube channel. And I was wondering if you could see a specific great day to start that is coming up.
Well, not right now. Don't start it now. Yeah, we got to get clear of all of this. So let's talk about when it does break. This is a great question, and I'm going to give you 2 dates possibly that you might look at in the chart. So we want this little Taurus stack up to break up a little bit. So Mercury starts moving forward again. Here's date number 1, May 31st. Reason I'm suggesting that is that Jupiter and the north node of the moon are at the same degree. Also, the moon that day is in Libra. Now, if you wanted to also look at May 30th, you get the same net effect, and the moon is a little bit earlier in Libra, so you could do it then. Or you could even back it up to the 29th to when the moon basically just enters Libra, so that you get that fresh start of Libra and Venusian energy. Of course, that rules video, that rules things like all about YouTube and producing YouTube, etc. Jupiter and the North Node, I like from the standpoint of new beginnings. And I know a lot of people would say, oh, no, you don't want to do anything next to the node. Well, what are you intending? I would look at this and say, I am intending this to basically be this start toward my path, toward my spiritual path, and toward my purpose. Also, Mars has moved out of Cancer into Leo, so you get that double fire, and there is that power of projecting yourself out. Now, the other date that you might consider would be around June 7th, because then Venus has also moved into Leo. So all things Venus, which this represents, now you have that Leo kick, and the moon on that day is in Aquarius of technology. Also, the moon is sitting right next to Pluto that day, and you think, oh, I don't want to be near Pluto. Wait a minute. Transformation, power, 3 times the power of Mars in an opposition to Venus and Mars, that pulling, that tension that Robert Glasscock likes to talk about, that will stretch you into success and propel your channel to heights unknown. So those are definitely a couple of days. And for all of us, that gives us this hope that, this little stack of stuff that we're going through right now is eventually going to move out and clear out, and it won't be that long. June 7th is right around the corner. So stay the course, stay strong, rub the bull's nose, and put your sights on early June.